we then realized that what we were building is we're actually building the most profitable community in the world, which is what we call it. And so the superpower was that I figured that if I did this, I could change people's lives. And how do I change people's lives? Because it's not really about money. I mean, I sold my business for $150 million. I invested a lot of it in Bitcoin very publicly in 2015. It's about making mass impact.
Imagine losing everything you built, your business, your money, your hope. How would you bounce back? Today, we dive into the incredible story of Rand Neuner, a man who didn't just recover from bankruptcy, he transformed his life, building one of the largest marketing agencies in Africa and becoming a pioneering force in the crypto world. This is not just a story of survival, it's a story of reinvention and unyielding determination.
And I was building the ultimate network because I was traveling the world and I was meeting every single project, and every single project wanted to be on CNBC. So 2017, we started the world's first televised crypto show. That was in August. 2nd of August was the first episode. I'm running investment businesses in crypto, and we ran this right through until COVID.
Rand Neuner, a name synonymous with success in the crypto space, wasn't always on top. In fact, his journey began with a devastating fall. But how did he get there? What does it take to rise from the ashes? Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets to his incredible comeback.
So I came back to this business. We shook hands with publicists and we said, look, you can keep our earnout if you will just let us go early. We shook hands and we walked away. And then I was kind of like, okay, well, now I've got all the time in the world. What do I do? And so I went to a friend of mine at CNBC and I said, like, you guys, I'm into this thing called crypto and you guys should do a show. And he said to me, no, crypto is a scam and it's like, it's a Ponzi and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fast forward a couple of months later, I meet him again. But by this time, he's already bought Bitcoin and Litecoin and he's phoning me and he's saying, hey, why are the prices going up and down? I was like, dude, I told you, you should have a show on CNBC. Anyway, he says, look, why don't you go talk to the production manager at CNBC and tell her about your idea to run a crypto show? And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. So I'll go in there and I explain Bitcoin to her and I explain ETH to her. And I can, at the time, I really could explain Bitcoin and ETH very well, relative to everybody else. And I could just see in her eyes, and she was a very driven person who just wanted the best programming and the best revenue at CNBC. And I could just see her eyes go like, that little smile that people get when they actually click. And she got it. And she went from not wanting to entertain the idea at all to saying, oh my God, we have to have a show. We have to have a show about this. I wanted to pitch them that all they should do is on Power Lunch or Squawk Box, just have 3 minutes about crypto every now and then.
And this is in CNBC South Africa.
CNBC South Africa, which is one of the master licensees from the main company.
Yep.
And she said, this is not a 3-minute show. This is a 24-minute show. This is not every now and then. This is a weekly show and this is a live show. And I was like, great, well, have fun. See you guys soon. And she said, no, you're doing the show. And I was like, I don't do TV. I've never done TV before in my life. Never had a camera on my face ever. She said, look, we'll teach you crypto. Sorry, you'll teach us crypto. We'll teach you TV. Let's have some fun. Okay, cool. 1 week later, I arrive for the first. Now, the cardinal rule in TV is if something is scheduled to feature on TV, that something features on TV. Like you never cancel a show on TV. Specifically, not a live show. I arrive in the studio 2 hours before the show. I sit down. I get makeup on. I got a production manager. He's now running me through the script. Is a piece of garbage. The production team did not understand anything about Bitcoin, and they wanted me to go live talking about things that were not even true. I looked at this. I said to look, there's just no way that I can do this. I just can't do this. Okay, we canceled a live show on TV. And the next week I said to the guys, look, let me do it my way. And I phoned all my friends in the industry that I'd met, and I'd said, look, I'm phoning you at this time on this day on a Zoom call. Pick up the Zoom and let's talk about crypto and we'll just see where that takes us. Now, what we didn't know is that what we were actually launching was the world's first televised crypto show ever. We were making history. We didn't even know it. I only knew it the next day when one of the big newspapers wrote and said, we made history. We launched the world's first televised crypto show and it's on CNBC. And then I saw that as a PR narrative and we obviously wrote the PR narrative.
One of Rand's core beliefs is the power of learning from others. He credits much of his success to the wisdom and experiences he absorbed from mentors and peers. When you're down, who you listen to can make all the difference. Rand's story is rooted in resilience. Born in South Africa, he started his career with dreams of making it big in marketing, but the road was anything but smooth. Early successes quickly gave way to crushing defeats, leading to a period of insolvency that tested every ounce of his resolve. Facing insolvency, Rand could have given up, but instead he pivoted. He redefined his approach, focusing on what truly mattered, building relationships and delivering value. This shift led to the creation of Africa's largest marketing agency, a testament to the power of reinvention. But success didn't come without its dark moments. Rand went through a tunnel of depression, a period where the weight of failure seemed too much to bear. Yet in these dark times, he found his strength. Recovery was slow, but it was during this time that he discovered his true passion: crypto. The life of an entrepreneur is a roller coaster. Rand's journey was no different. From the highs of building a successful business to the lows of financial ruin, his story is a reminder that failure isn't the end. It's a stepping stone to greater things. Rand's perseverance paid off. His agency quickly grew, becoming the largest in Africa. But with success came new challenges. The growth was linear, and Rand knew that to sustain it, he needed to think bigger, broader, and beyond traditional marketing. Linear growth is the curse of traditional business. It's safe, but it limits potential. Rand realized this and began exploring new avenues, which led him to the world of blockchain and crypto, a decision that would change everything. The discovery of blockchain was a turning point. Rand immersed himself in the technology, fascinated by its potential to disrupt traditional finance. Little did he know, this would be the foundation of his next big venture. Rand's early days in crypto were filled with excitement and uncertainty. He saw the potential of this new frontier and threw himself into it wholeheartedly. These formative experiences laid the groundwork for his next bold move, starting the world's first televised crypto show.
So 2017, we started the world's first televised crypto show. That was in August. 2nd of August was the first episode. I'm running investment businesses in crypto, and we ran this right through until COVID. So right through until COVID, we ran this running one show every week on CNBC. I'm building myself in crypto. And then we enter peak bear market, basically. So remember, we've just had 2 years of a bear market. We're just into COVID. As COVID happens, I send a letter to CNBC and I say, look, we're parting ways. I can't do a show with kids running around in an apartment. It just doesn't feel right. Like now doing a show in an apartment sounds amazing. But at the time, remember, doing a show before COVID was you go to a studio, you have makeup done, you have lights, you have teleprompters. And they wanted me to do a show out of the apartment. And this was after a 2-year bear market. And I was like, guys, I'm done. And I'm also done with CNBC type journalism. It's very journalistic, supposed to be. It's very cold. It's not me. I'm a warm person. I'm about community.
In 2017, Rand made history by launching the world's first televised crypto show. It was a gamble, but one that paid off. The show became a sensation, bringing crypto into the mainstream and solidifying Rand's place as a leading voice in the industry. The onset of COVID-19 brought unexpected challenges. As the world shut down, so did many of Rand's ventures.
In this whole time, I left South Africa and I went to live in the States. I left to go live in the States in around 2018, 2019. I left to go live in the States. And I figured the reason I wanted to go live in the States was I wanted to make it in the big time. I made it in South Africa. I made it in Small Pond, and I wanted to go and make it in Big Pond, USA. So it's like always a dream of mine. And I figured I was young enough, rich enough, smart enough to go and make it in the States.
Moving back to South Africa, he faced the reality of a world in crisis. But this was also a time of reflection and reinvention. In search of clarity, Rand embarked on an ayahuasca journey that profoundly changed his perspective. Out of this experience, Crypto Banter was born, a platform dedicated to educating and empowering the next generation of crypto enthusiasts. Transitioning to YouTube, Rand focused on building Crypto Banter into a go-to source for crypto insights. The platform quickly gained traction, attracting a loyal following and solidifying Rand's status as a thought leader in the space.
And so the only way that I could think to do it was to do it on YouTube. But the problem is YouTube, I had to put a camera on my face. Like, okay, well, let me put a camera on my face and start broadcasting. And this is where everything turned. So it was me and a friend of mine, and then Fred joined us a couple of months later. And all we did was we said, I knew from my days at CNBC that the more I study crypto, the better investor I would become because of the information asymmetry. And the thing to keep me disciplined about doing my research was to put a camera in front of my face every single day.
Yeah, holds you responsible.
Exactly. It makes you accountable. It makes you responsible. It also makes you accountable for what you say, because if you say bad things, the fact checkers will catch you out. And if you say good things, you attract more people. And if you attract more people, you're actually attracting more fact checkers. And if you attract more fact checkers, it makes you have to dig deeper to get better research. And so it becomes a virtuous cycle. And so what landed up happening was we realized that the richer we were becoming because of all the research we were doing, the richer our community was becoming. And we were also blessed with a bull market. And this is 2021 bull market. And we then realized that what we were building is we're actually building the most profitable community in the world, which is what we call it. And that's when the penny dropped for me. It was the realization that I had a superpower. And what my superpower was if I can do a lot of research and I can be accountable for doing research every single day, and I would act on that research and honestly and transparently tell people exactly what I'm doing and be over transparent in how much I share. If I landed up making money, hopefully they would also land up making money. And so the superpower was that I figured that if I did this, I could change people's lives. And how do I change people's lives? Because remember, I've got money now. So it's not really about money. I mean, I sold my business for $150 million. I invested a lot of it in Bitcoin very publicly in 2015. It's not about money at this point. It's about making mass impact and being exponential. And that's the part that what I realized was more and more people were making money, and they loved us because they attributed a part of the reason why they got into crypto or the reason why they made certain decisions to what we had said on the channel. And so what we landed up doing was we landed up creating a business with a mission to change as many people's lives as possible by building the most profitable community in the world. And then I started to realize the impact that we were making. And the impact that we were making is, I'm not going to change people's lives by doing surgery on them. I'm not a doctor. I can't change people's lives by doing surgery. I can't change people's lives in any other way but giving them financial freedom. Then I thought to myself, but is that a big enough gift to give someone, is to give them financial freedom? And then I realized that most people who don't have financial freedom stress about things like I've got kids. I know that when I see my kids, I love my kids to bits, but it's very stressful for me because I know that I just want to provide them with a future and I have a sense of responsibility. And then I saw people who were similar to me but didn't have money, and I thought to myself, that guy over there is worrying about how he's going to pay his rent at the end of the month. He's working 2 jobs to do it. He doesn't have a life. He's alive and he's breathing, but he's not alive and he's not living because he's too stressed about financial freedom. And then I realized that probably one of the best gifts that you can give to people is freedom. Because if you're punished by society, your freedoms are taken away. They put you in a silver cage, in a metal cage, and they take away your freedoms, but they pay for your lights, they pay for your food, and they pay for your accommodation. And that's more than most people who don't financially or are not financially free have, because they don't know where they're going to get lights, they don't know where they're going to get accommodation, they don't know where they're going to get food. And then you extrapolate that out and you say, look, if I can help make 1 million people richer, I'm changing the path of 1 million people's generation. And that becomes mass impact.
But for Rand, it wasn't just about crypto. It was about making a mass impact. His mission became clear: to help others achieve financial freedom through education and smart investments, leveraging the power of crypto to create real change.